What's up guys, Not2_ here, back with another top 10 video for the first time in months. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I figured now is as good a time as any to get back to them. Recently, the console releases of Pokémon Red, Blue, and Yellow came out for the 3DS, and I've been playing them in every free second I've had for the past few weeks. As fun and nostalgic these games are for some people, on my retro journey across Kanto I noticed some pretty glaring errors with the games. And in this video, I'd like to show you my top 10 issues with Generation 1. In no particular order, here they are. Okay, this one is admittedly not that bad, and that's why it's the one I'm starting with. In Gen 1, there weren't any Steel, Dark, or Fairy types, leaving only 15. This isn't so bad since it was the olden days and there was only so much space on the Game Boy cartridge and Pokemon had just become a thing and whatever. What really bugs me is that two of these types, Ghost and Dragon, only had 3 Pokemon in one evolutionary family each. What the hell, Game Freak? Why make these separate types if they only have 6 Pokemon between them? Also, now that we're talking about this, the only Dragon-type move in Gen 1 was Dragon Rage, which doesn't even have a varied effect on Pokemon. It always deals 40 HP. So, seriously guys, why are these types in existence? Number 9. While we're on the topic of things Gen 1 didn't have enough of, let's mention stats. The special attack and special defense stats were rolled into one, like a delicious turducken of broken gameplay. This meant that all types whose attacks were considered special were defended against at the same level of power they were dealt with. So basically, any good special attacker was also a good special defender, making some Pokemon way overpowered. Speaking of which... Number 8. In Generation 1, these guys were ridiculously powerful, dealing massive damage and absorbing massive damage with their broken special stat. Psychic types could take any hit something threw at them, and effectively had no weaknesses. Technically, Psychic was weak to Bug in Generation 1, but the only damage-dealing Bug-type moves then in the game were Leech Life, Pin Missile, and Twin Needle, the most powerful of which deals a measly 25 base power per hit. Not to mention, the only Bug-type not weak to Psychic because of their secondary type, and with the ability to learn these moves, was... Parasect. There we go, that one hermit crab fungus thing versus the most powerful monsters in the game. That's what balance looks like. Number 7. Critical hits were based off of speed, making fast sweepers crit insanely often. Under the old formula, a person using Slash would have over a 99% chance to land a critical hit. Critical hits would ignore all stat boosts, being based on the attacking Pokemon's original attack stat and the defending Pokemon's original defense stat. This could work either for or against you heavily. If you've been preparing your defense stat through moves like Harden, none of that mattered once a critical hit landed. However, if you were beefing your attack stat with Sword Stance or something, landing a critical hit would do less damage than a regular move. Focus Energy also hilariously cuts the critical hit rate by 75% instead of doubling it, making it worse than useless. Finally, if one hit of a multi-hit move gets a critical hit, they all will. Think of it this way. Fury Swipes is a fairly weak move with 18 base power and can hit you at a 36 to 90 base power without critical hits, averaging at about 63 base damage each time it's used. Under a critical hit on Fury Swipes, if it hit 5 times, under the old critical hit formula of 2 times damage per hit, 180 damage will be dealt, almost 3 times that of the average intended. Sorry, did I lose you guys with all the math and no visuals there? Moving on! Number 6. Okay, so soon you'll know why this move is called Rage. If your Pokemon uses it, they're locked into it once they land a hit. Until they die. There's nothing you can do to stop your Pokemon from using it. You can't even run it out of PP, because PP never decreases for it after the original use. If it misses, its accuracy is 1 in 256, or a 0.39% chance of hitting, and remember, you use it until you die! Number 5? I'm just gonna rapid fire some of the less awful but still messed up moves. Agility ignores the effects of paralysis on speed, taking the stat from 50% to over 100% of the original, and Sword Stance does the same with its burns. Counter only works on normal and fighting attacks, so it's useless on 13 out of 15 types, and can OHKO Pokemon using moves like Horn Drill. Haze thawed out frozen Pokemon, which is the only way to unfreeze them other than using fire moves against them. Swift was the only move that could truly never miss. All other moves had at least a 1 in 256 chance to miss. If Hyper Beam KOs a Pokemon, no recharge is needed, making it completely overpowered. Rest cured status issues like burn and paralysis, but not the stat drops that went with them, like attack and speed drops. Struggle didn't affect ghosts. Disable randomly selects a move to disable, making it totally separate from strategy. Blizzard's accuracy is 90%, which is too damn high. If a substitute decides to die to an explode or self-destruct, its attacker doesn't faint. Wrap, Bind, Fire Spin, and Clamp went on continuously for 2 to 5 turns, meaning that all you could do was watch helplessly as your Pokemon was slowly killed, and if you switched out while your Pokemon used these moves, they would still remain in effect. Number 4. Waking up from sleep is its own turn. No joke, your Pokemon just goes, "Hey, I woke up," like an annoying college roommate, and that's your turn. Totally not like this can be exploited to put your Pokemon to sleep continuously until the move misses or runs out of PP, which it never did for NPCs. On a related note... So to recap, in Generation 1, critical hits worked so that if one hit of a multi-hit move critted, they all did. Wrap is a multi-hit move that trapped your Pokemon and rendered it worthless for up to 5 turns. Sleep took an entire turn to wake up from. I wonder if any ungodly Pokemon could combine all these cheap broken tactics, preferably one with an anticlimactically stupid face. Ow! Yeah, this section is devoted to Bellsprout. Plenty of Pokemon benefited from how broken this game was, but none as much as Bellsprout. Not as early in the game, not as surprisingly rage-inducing, not as stupidly as Bellsprout. Starting at level 18, Bellsprout is a Pokemon that mercilessly takes lives on a daily basis and messes crap up. It learns Wrap and Sleep Powder, 2 moves that when used together can create an unstoppable force of evil. Let's just formalize this already. Number 3. Turn 1, Bellsprout puts you to sleep. Turn 2, Bellsprout uses Wrap, and maybe all of them crit, who knows? Anywhere from turn 4 to turn 7. Enemy Bellsprout's attack continues. Turn 5 to turn 8. Oh, thank God that's over. Maybe now I can Bellsprout use Sleep Powder. This is an endless cycle, and it only takes so long before all of your Pokemon faint and you surrender your soul to your new Sprout God. Number 2. Alright, this one is admittedly funny. If stat boosts went too high, they would end up lowering the Pokemon's stats to the lowest possible numbers. This means if you spammed Swords Dance too much, your Pokemon's attack went as low as it could go, rendering all that work you did useless. You know, it's just like real life. They trained so hard, they forgot how to fight. Anyway... Number 1. Okay, I've dished out some serious hate for the original Pokemon games over this video, but we have to remember our roots as a Pokemon fanbase. Sure, these games were unbalanced nearly to the point of losing all sense of fun, but their success has brought on another 20 plus years of Pokemon games, which fixed all of these problems and became even better as a series. So I'd like to end off the video with the then and now of some Pokemon sprites, just to see how far these horrid beasts of nature have come over the years. Thank you guys so much for watching this top 10 video. It really means a lot to me. If you enjoyed, slap that like button and check out my channel for some Pokemon and other gaming content. That's it for this top 10 video. I'll see you guys in the next one.